hope for. There did seem to be a lack of energy. Some of your wrestlers. Is there any concerns with any of them going in before this tournament?
No, I mean there wasn't any concerns coming in, but you still got to compete when you're here. I just don't think we did that today in every situation. I mean, we had some good efforts in there. I mean, I'm not saying that. Start with Alyssa Lampe. I mean, she had some good effort in the earlier matches, but when she got to China, I just don't believe that someone's 10 points better than us. And it's one thing getting beat 5-4 or something like that. I can handle that. I can't handle getting beat 10-0. That's just somewhere we're laying down and not fighting, and that's not the American way.
Alyssa said that she was struggling with her weight going into this tournament. How much of a concern is that? It's
a concern because people know what to do and they're not doing things the right way. We can have a room full of knowledge, and we can read millions of books and get all of the specialists we want around us. But what you do with that information is another thing. And I just don't think that we started camp this year. Last year, when we started camp, she was at 51.5. This year, she started camp at 55 kilos. That's an issue. That's a big deal. So some issues there, but bottom line, when you get out on the mat, you still got to compete. And I don't think in the match against China she competed. And those are the matches we need to win. If you're gonna win the Worlds, you need to win the tough matches.
Periscova's not sure whether she's going to stay at this weight or go down. What are you going to tell her?
Well, I've already told her before. I think it's the wrong weight for her.
She needs to go down.
I think her weight is 63. She proved that last year. But again, we don't have that kind of control.
Do you wish you did have more control over this?
Well, that's just how it is. I mean, again, I don't think we'll ever see that in America. We don't have that like other countries have. She wanted to see if she could do it like this, and then I said, well, prove me wrong. But again, I think Elena's a great wrestler, but when you're up a weight like that, there's a lot of different people that come into play, and you're wrestling, I mean, Franson's a world champ herself at 72 kilos coming down, and then you got Vorbieva, who's an Olympic champ at 72 kilos down, unless we have a really big frame and we were really doing something hard to cut down to 63, but that's just not the case. I think Elena's frame is a 63 kilogram frame for the sport of wrestling, and that's where I think she's most competitive.
Your expectations on tomorrow then after today?
What's that?
Your expectations on tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's a new day. I mean, tomorrow's a new day. We have 4 new athletes tomorrow, so we need to regroup and let today go. I mean, that's the hardest thing about a tournament like this is there are always ups and downs, and you need to be able to let things go and not bring this energy that we have right now. We can't bring that into tomorrow, and so that's our job as coaches and our job as a whole program and everyone around, the team behind the team. We have to change our mindset right now and get ready for tomorrow, because we're going to have battles tomorrow too. We have some great athletes wrestling tomorrow. I want to start with Helen Rurlis. Helen is, I think, currently ranked number 1 or 2 in the world. Very strong competitor. I think she's wrestling superb right now. I think she's doing everything right now. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We have Ellie Reagan tomorrow. Ellie showed a lot of promise last year at the World Championship. She's a young up-and-coming person, has a lot of skills and ability. But again, we got to get out here and compete. And that's what I want to see. I want to see someone competing out here. So that's what we need to see with Ellie. Erin Claudio, I think Erin Claudio can be in this weight class. I really do. She's paid her dues, and she competes hard. And I think being in front of the home crowd is gonna be something she's gonna benefit from. Adeline Gray, she has something to prove. Just that to repeat is a lot different than winning it. So I think she in her own mind has something to prove. I think she's the prototype heavyweight right now, and I believe that. And I just like how Adeline's gone about her business all year long. She's very professional. She's doing we go back to talking about using the information you have and putting it to use. Adeline has done that, so Adeline's not gonna fail tomorrow because of not doing something right. So,
Are the problem some of your wrestlers too independent-minded?
Well, no, I mean, that independent minds, there's nothing wrong with that, but you still got to do. There's a right and a wrong way to do things too, and so I think like with Alyssa's weight, I think we let it slide a little bit, and we never got it on track, and eventually that starts to hurt you, and especially when you have tough matches in a row like you do here, where you're going. There is no slough matches. Every match is tough when you step out there. So you've got to be ready to do that. And the only way you can do that right is if you have your body's ready to do that right, and can function right. So hey, we gotta go again tomorrow.
Terry, can you talk about the growth in female freestyle wrestling?
Well, I think you see. I think I talked about it yesterday a little bit. I think when we had 4 weight classes at the Olympic Games, I thought there was some fluff in there. But I think with 6 weight classes, it's actually deeper than it was then.
Right.
And I think more opportunities, more people are staying out, more people realize that they can have that Olympic dream. You're seeing athletes stay longer into their careers, putting not just 1 quad in, but maybe 2 or 3 quads. So as you can see, the weight classes are very, very deep. And there's a lot of tough competitors, and so yeah, I think it's grown tremendously, and I think it's going to continue to do that. The landscape is going to continue to change and get deeper and deeper and wider and wider. And it used to be where in 2003 we had 7 medals and we never won the tournament. I think 7 medals would win the tournament. It's just how it is. It's starting to. More countries are putting more and more and more into the development of the sport of women's wrestling. For sure.
Vietnam has a team. Egypt has a female team. They talk about those 35 competitors in one of the weight classes.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great. That's what we need. We need to see. More and more countries doing what they're doing. That's what drives everyone up and makes us all better. So that's great to see for the sport of wrestling.
Coach, any thoughts on our women's Greco division?
I don't know if I have any thoughts on it. I won't be coaching it. I'll stick to freestyle. I think eventually it could come. I think right now, we have enough. To do to promote, women's wrestling in general. So in the U.S., to grow our sport and to get it into the high school programs, to get into the college programs, more Division I athletics. We just need to continue to grow it. So I guess more opportunity may lend to that. So I'm not against it. I haven't put a lot of thought into it.
You mentioned the crowd. Can you just tell us, as a coach, what it feels like to hear the USA chants, even in a losing match?
Yeah, well, being at home is always great, and having your friends and family around is something that we don't get very often. This is the first time in 13 years we've had, or 12 years, 11 years that we've had championships on U.S. soil. So. It's special. It's special. You want to put on a performance like that. Today is unacceptable in our terms. So we've got to step up tomorrow and give them a better show. So that's what I'm looking for.